Loma Linda, where no listener is ever left behind.
Well, yeah, you don't have to eat 900 pizzas.
Yeah, but I'll be walking around eating all the cheeses and all the like condiments and the chicken and everything.
Yeah, they have incredible
Yum.
chicken wings, and they have everything there.
Meatballs
About 400 vendors.
and pepperoni.
Good stuff.
Yum,
So,
yum.
and I'm going to be on judging panels for, let's see, pan pizzas, I guess is the best way of calling it. And so I've got from, let's see, Tuesday it starts. So from 8 o'clock to 4:30, 3 different panels I'll be on judge, and usually about 10 per panel. So that's about 30 pizzas I'll be trying, pan pizzas. That's on Tuesday. Wednesday, it doesn't get any better. 8 to about 4:30, another 3 more panels. So pan pizzas. So that's at least 60 pizzas I'll be trying. Sometimes they throw in a couple extra. Then they're going to have something different this year. It's with California cheese. They're going to be doing a whole what's the word, competition, I guess, using their cheeses. I'm not sure what that's going to be about, but I'm going to judge that. And then Thursday, I get a break. No more pizzas. It's going to be Italian sandwiches I'll be judging. So that's going to be from like 9 to 1, something like that. So, and then I go and do a lot of walking, and hopefully I won't go to a diabetic coma. But anyway, it's a lot of fun, nice people there, and we're going to do a lot of interviews with people in the coming weeks. And also, the other exciting thing is Ray's Shanghai Bistro. They're a great sponsor of ours, and it's probably my favorite restaurant in the Inland Empire, if not with top 2 for sure. And they just moved, and Izzy and I, we walked in, and first of all, I was mobbed, which was like the second day they opened, I think it was, second week.
No,
And
second day.
Second day, it was mobbed. And, I mean, it was a beautiful, beautiful restaurant.
I think it's one of the prettiest. You don't see a lot of nice, beautifully decorated, modern Chinese restaurants around. And they actually have multiple banquet rooms in different sizes. And so actually, just put aside, like you can do meetings in them, you can do banquets. And then they have 2 huge dining rooms, including a bar in the middle of the facility.
Yeah, a lot of beers and wines, really nice bar.
Yeah, and specialty drinks, and their menu has been expanded. So if you've been there before, you haven't been there. If you've been there before, they used to have a good size menu. Well, now it's almost like triples the amount of variety, and it's just phenomenal. We tried several items, and we really were impressed. And it's now their new location is at 405 West Stewart Avenue, and their hours are Monday through Sunday from 11 a.m. till 9:30 p.m. So it's Ray's Shanghai Bistro, and they're in the Packing House District. It's really have their own parking lot. You can park on the street and walk over. So really, there's a lot of options. There's like doors everywhere. I mean, huge building.
Yeah, you can't. It's gigantic. And
It's beautiful.
Before they had maybe 25 people, maybe you can fit in their restaurant.
That's maybe.
Maybe, but
That's
now
a huge baby.
you get like 200-300 people in there. It's huge.
Oh yeah, huge.
And we're going to be planning a banquet there. Our Grub Club, we're going to start doing that now.
Yay!
I'll know more about it next week, but I've already got a great Mexican restaurant that's very unique. We're going to have them on, and then I'm going to work on Ray's and doing a Grub Club there. We had once before, and everyone loved their food. So, and the Grub Club, for those of you that don't know what it is, it's a dining out club. And basically, I go to restaurants, and it's restaurants that I like. If I like it, you're going to like it. And my goal is to get you into a restaurant so you're a new customer. That's my main goal, is to try new foods. So basically, it's anywhere from 10 to 15 items, tax, tip, and a non-alcoholic beverage. Anywhere from, I would say, $30 to $50, maybe a little bit more.
Or
a little bit less.
60 or 70. It depends.
Yeah, it depends.
Just really depends where we're going, what's offered on the menu, and what's offered during this Grub Club dinner.
But every time we've had, I can honestly say, 9 out of 9.5 or 9 3/4, people love it.
Well, we always sell out. So if anybody really is interested, stay tuned to Allan Borgen or Let's Dine Out California, Let's Dine Out CA Instagram page or Allan Borgen Facebook page. Either one, multiple pages. He's going to announce it when the next Grub Club's going to be, and where are you going to be? They will show
all
you
the
kind of
information.
menu. So
yeah, the next one is it's 24 seats. It's a very small restaurant, so we're going 2 days in a row. Or
and they have a
weeks in
limited menu, so it's going to be a smaller event.
Yeah, smaller event, smaller price
Price
point,
point,
everything.
yep.
And but just something to turn you on to good food. And also, in about 2 weeks, a week and a half or so, we're going to have Join Grub, Grub Club, CLUB.com. So joingrubclub.com. And I had Grub Club before Grub Hub. I want you to know that. They stole from me, but it's okay. I have no problem with that. So the main thing is to turn people on to food and culture. And there's a lot of neat restaurants that we've been to. There's one called Freckles in, was it?
Actually, Menifee. Oh, no, Menifee. Mentone. Sorry.
Yeah, Mentone. And, the name Freckles doesn't do anything to me. It used to be like a deli. But now it's about
it's a
70%
tavern.
Mexican and really, really good Mexican. And this guy's from the Yucatan. And
Well, he likes. He actually, all his food introduce you for all the different regions of Mexico. So it's not just Yucatan. They have it one in Santa Cruz. A little from every regions of Mexico. So the flavors are a little different. And he also make a twist of his own on some of the items. So, really there's a little bit of everything for everybody. And somebody who don't like tacos, they have hamburgers. And they're supposed to have really good hamburgers. Haven't tried that yet. That's our next stop.
no,
We're
but
going to try that.
Yeah, we can't wait for that. So anyway, what else is going on? I guess that's it. We're going to do a lot of fun eating. And Las Vegas, a lot of fun places that, we try to go to restaurants that are hot that a lot of people don't know about off the strip. And there's one called Esther's Kitchen, which we heard nothing but great things from chefs themselves. That's where they go.
People rave about it.
Yeah.
And there's you have to make a reservation. You can't just show up. And you have to make it way in advance. So
We did. And I already did it a week ahead of time. And we got ours at 9 o'clock,
Yeah.
but they're open till like 11, I think. And they're crowded all the way through. So
I'm looking forward to it. Good Italian food. Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
very
Yum.
unique dishes. The other one we're going to is Palace Station. Back to that. We loved it the first time. So we want to go back the second time to make sure what we liked the first time, it's still good.
Well, plus they expanded their menu to describe more description to their steakhouse. And their steakhouse is amazing. Their meats are like melt in your mouth. And they have all these wonderful sides. So I am so excited. I can't wait because I literally dream about their sides and their appetizers. And so I cannot wait to get back there just to put my mouth around the wonderful food they offer.
Are you going to cry when you eat like you usually do? Cry with tears of joy?
Oh, I would be in tears of joy.
Between that and food orgasms, you're all over the place. You like
I'm
something.
going to be a happy girl next week. Yep. I'm going to be totally happy because I'm going to be feeding my face all day long. There's no hangry moments.
Well, I got some friends from Michigan, who I went to graduate school with. They're coming, him and his girlfriend. And basically it's going to be 4 days 3 days of the show of nothing, nonstop eating.
Yep.
Someone's got to do it. It's hard work.
Yep. Eating, shopping, concerts,
Eating.
shows.
Oh, you're going to see.
Hey, that's Vegas.
Yeah,
for
we're
ya.
going to go. I'm a giver. I'm going to see Depeche Mode, which I know nothing about. But she saw Godsmack with me there. So, it's hard being a giver, but we're a giver. So we're going to see Depeche Mode.
Yep.
And then we're going to see the Blue Man Group. I've never seen them. That's pretty
And
good.
then also, but the day before Depeche Mode, they have a cover band that they do Depeche Mode music, and they actually are in one of the other casinos the day before. So if we happen to be able to squeeze that in, I don't know.
2 of them?
We'll see.
But
I'm not putting that on the books yet, so
But
we'll
the
see.
highlight is when we get back on either the 7th or 8th of April, Wayne Newton. We're going to go see, yes, I'm going to see Wayne Newton. Mr. Heavy Metal. I mean, Guns N' Roses, Iron Maiden, AC/DC.
I wanted to see him. He's a legend.
Wayne Newton. Okay.
It's a checklist of all the
I
legends
heard he does
I want
pretty
to
good
see.
singing from a gurney. Is that pretty good?
I don't know.
I wonder
Never
how
seen
old he is.
him.
He's got to be 80.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Hey,
Okay.
but he's still doing shows, and we went and saw some wonderful shows, and there was one or two bands
The
remember that?
Temptations.
Yeah, they were like
And
80-something years old. They were still
Really,
dancing
really good.
on stage, so I wouldn't put it
Yeah,
past.
Four Tops and Temptations. And
Yep.
Actually, they were very good.
Yeah, so age has nothing to do with it. So he's a legend. I want to see him. I want to hear all the rave about, even now. So
Are you going to sing along with them?
I don't know if I know any songs, but
How about Depeche Mode? Do you know a lot of songs from them?
I do, but I think they're doing a lot from the new album, which I don't. Oh, okay, I'm staging myself. Not new music. Yeah, so I'm not sure. The new music is a little bit different, and I haven't heard every single one yet. So they only came out with a couple singles. So, yeah, we'll see.
Okay, Depeche Mode. I can't even name one song of theirs.
You know them. You've heard.
I probably
them.
heard them, but just
Yeah. Okay.
Usually when I heard them on radio, I just turned it off, would go to heavy metal. But anyway, that's it. So anyway, we have a lot of fun stuff going on throughout the weeks coming up. And what else is going on? Just a lot of good. We've done a lot of eating. We went to a place today called Ten Hut.
Ten Hut.
TUNHUT, and it's in 99 Ranch Market in Corona. And what they do is very unique. They do it's fried chicken, Korean style fried chicken, but also they do hot dogs on a stick. Not just any Costco hot dogs. I mean, really good hot dogs with you can make it with cheese, with sausage.
Well, you can have half and half, and then you wrap it with more cheese, and then they put a coating that's totally different than a corn dog. It's actually way better and lighter. And then you can actually add little potato cubes on the outside. And then on the outside, they'll coat it with either sugar, nothing, one of the three sauces they give you.
Barbecue?
Or they have something called Pringles.
Pringles,
It's barbecue Pringles. They crushed it all up, and they coat it on the outside of this so-called corn dog that looks like there's like pimples on it with potato cubes. It's amazing. Like, I don't even eat sauce. It's so good. So I got the cheese and sausage, so half mozzarella, so stringy cheese. As you bite into it, melting in your mouth, and then you get the hot dogs and the bite in between, and then you get the light, fluffy outside and crunchy and full
really
of
good.
flavor. I'm so impressed.
It's under $5.
It's not expensive. Yeah, I mean, for two people to get like a meal under $20 is like almost unheard of nowadays.
Yeah, I also had a chicken sandwich here with coleslaw, and that was good. I like the chicken to be a little more crispier, fried chicken, but you liked it because it wasn't as real breading, which is nice.
Well, there's not a lot of breading, but solid meat, like two big tenderloins of meat. So it's solid white meat, and it's just got good sauce. It's moist. The bun's not soggy. You can dip in their sauce on top of that, and then they do crinkle fries. And I have a soft spot for crinkle fries. So
that's your favorite?
I do love crinkle fries. Yeah.
But one thing you don't like is hush puppies, right?
Yeah, I grew up in the South, and it's a huge thing, hush puppies.
So you had them all the time?
Yeah, I'm not a really big fan of hush puppies.
See, I love hush puppies, and it's making a comeback. A lot of restaurants are using that.
Well,
they're real
Southern
crispy.
food is very comfort food, right? And now with all these people with gluten sensitivity, hush puppies is cornbread. Like it's totally different.
Potatoes.
Yeah, so it's actually different. Breading, so people can actually eat it. So it gives variety.
Is it gluten free? I don't know if it's gluten free or not.
Cornbread doesn't have gluten in it.
It's not cornbread.
Mm-hmm. Hush puppies is like a cornbread base. Yeah, totally.
Okay, why don't you talk? Dave's on the other line.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
There you go. There's a little vignette of Depeche Mode. Uh-oh, here he goes, Allan.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'll guess is on his cell phone versus at the radio show. So he's going to give him some direction how to call in. And we'll talk to Dave from the Redlands Ranch Market. And it's an international market that offers a variety of food. They have a food court. They're going to thinking of expanding it. They have a huge meat counter. They have a bakery. They have a little like a fresh fruit section, so you can get like fresh fruit.
Well, you're giving it all away.
I know, but it's so good. I'm so excited. I have to talk about it. And you're on the other line, so you weren't paying attention anyway. So
I heard it. So. Now Dave, he called me on my phone. There he goes. He just called. So. But this is really a fun market, and if you're looking, and
you can get ingredients to make something at home.
Okay, don't give it away. We don't want to be too pushy. Okay, Dave's on the line. Great. Okay, on the line now is the master. This is the owner. Him and his family have owned it for many years. His name is David Ireland, And the name of the market is Redlands Ranch Market. And welcome to the Let's Dine Out show, David.
Thank you, Alan. Happy to be with you.
Okay, my headphones fell
He
off.
can't hear you.
I got so
'cause his
excited my headphones fell
headphone
off. So
Great.
anyway,
Happy to be with you, Alan.
Oh, my pleasure. It's really, every time I see you, you brighten my day. And, a good business, it really starts with the owner. And I have to say this, not because I know you or, I don't talk to you behind the back, but it's really nice when you walk in and the staff are happy, they're smiling, the owners, you walking around, you're always giving them praise. You really care about customers. It's very, very different than going to Albertsons or Vaughn's. Most time you're lucky to get any kind of service, But your staff are amazing. They walk you around to different, if you can't find something or if you're looking for something, they'll take you there instead of just telling you where to go. Your people who check out are very friendly, very accommodating. And so anyway, I want to get that off my chest. I applaud you and your efforts. And now this is a family-run business. Your dad started this, and let's talk a little bit about the history of Redlands Ranch Market.
Yeah, well, my dad started actually back in the late 60s in small neighborhood-type stores, and we came to Redlands in 1996. Was previously an Alpha Beta, and just kind of started working on the store and opened the store primarily as an authentic Mexican market with authentic Mexican foods. That was our primary focus. So anybody that loved Mexican food and our Hispanic community, I just love the culture. I've always enjoyed that aspect of it. But we have a great team. I just wanted to say before you were praising us for our people. We have a great team. It just makes my job so easy, Alan. And I just feel fortunate to be able to be part of it. And I think what happens most of the time is those are the people you run into on the floor. I get to come and say hi, but we just have a great team of people.
Mm-hmm.
So over the years, we've kind of transitioned. And the recent few years, I'd say 6-8 years, we've really shifted to include a lot more international products as well.
Yeah, in the Inland Empire, there's not a lot of markets. I mean, there's 99 Ranch Market, which is orders, for the Asians. They have
But
anything.
that's far away.
But that's far away. I mean, in terms of Redlands and just Riverside, San Bernardino, there's not a whole bunch going on here with ethnic markets. And yours, I mean, you've got the Main Street items too. Don't get it wrong, but you've got it from every country known to mankind. Let's talk about some of the structures in terms of some of the countries that you have, represented.
Yeah, well, in addition to our authentic Mexican, we've got a lot of Mediterranean, Middle Eastern products. We've got Eastern European products. We've got a lot of Indian products and even Eritrean, East African products. But mostly that's just developed by listening to our customers. So you start getting a few products, maybe a few Indian grocery items, and the customers, we try to make everybody feel really welcome and open to suggesting things. So if we don't have something that a customer wants, we definitely do our best to go out and source it and add it to our mix. A lot of our customers were driving to Orange County, LA for products, a couple times a month maybe to do their shopping. And so, yeah, we definitely don't want them to have to do that. We've kind of tried to kind of cater to the international crowd and our community and basically try to become like a destination for international groceries in the Inland Empire.
Right, and I know that your biggest thing now is keto products. You got a huge section of keto products. Anything, plus you have a bakery there, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But you make your own keto products there, and cheesecakes. I mean, all kinds of stuff, and
actually tastes really good.
Exactly.
We tried it, yeah.
For those of us who are either diabetic or overweight or just want to eat healthier, keto is the way to go, I think. And it's really nice to have something like that because that's hard to find. It's most markets and bakeries, they carry the mainstream items, but not everything. Where you have a lot bigger sections, so That's your newest one. But one thing about you, I guess because your staff are so good, you don't have to work as hard. You can do some thinking. And boy, you've been doing some thinking. I mean, you're probably the most dynamic owner I've ever met. I mean, you really listen to your customers, and you just don't talk about it. You actually do it. And that's one thing about you. When you say you're going to do something, you do it. I know your beer section there. I know a lot of people wanted a bigger variety of beers. And let's talk about your beer cave. I mean, it's huge.
Yeah, we've always, it's to your point on making my job easier. I do, Alan, really enjoy. I kind of am always dreaming about what could be, and so sometimes that's good. Sometimes it doesn't always reflect what the customer wants. So in the previous few years, I've really learned to just kind of slow down, listen to the customers. So when the customer needs and a vision, dream of something new kind of comes together, then that's when it's fun, and that's when it really clicks.
Right.
The beer cave is yeah. I mean, we've always had our domestic and a lot of Mexican imports, especially, and some imported beer. But we years ago started doing craft beer section. That's become a substantial part of our beer sales, and beyond that, we started bringing in a lot of Eastern European beers, and just have a nice selection of those. So it's fun. We try to mix in a beer tasting on Fridays, and just I don't pretend to be an expert, but I can tell you if the beer is good or not.
Oh, yeah. You're not afraid to tell people, too. And that's a good thing, too. So you're listening to the Let's Dine Out show right here on AM 1050 and the Express 106.5 FM, the stations that leave no listener behind. And we're talking with a wonderful man who I just had really admired, David Ireland, who is the owner. Him and his family own Redlands Ranch Market. It's 800 East Lagonia in Redlands. And their website is redlandsranchmarket.com. redlandsranchmarket.com. A little long. We got to work on that one day, but other than that, really, really good. So,
Maybe we will.
Okay. Now, in terms of your products, let's talk about some of your sections. Let's talk about your produce section first.
Okay. We'd like to, always have had fresh. We probably, I'd say, a year and a half ago, redid it, reset it, brought in new cases so we could open up more. And kind of with our groceries, we listening to the customers, bring in a lot of international produce items, of course, when they're in season. And then, we've always focused on a good quality product, but great values in produce too. So there's just a lot of variety. The produce department basically starts almost at the front door and goes to the back wall. So it's a fun section.
Yeah, it not only looks good. I mean, some markets, they look good, but the food tastes crap. But yours is really good. Not that you taste everything
well, no,
first.
but I mean, if you look at their vegetables, like the produce, it's all perky and it's all nice and firm, not all limp, And then, and when the seasonal stuff come in, like we even found squash blossoms, I think, last year.
Yep.
And we make pizza with it. We found like all kinds of stuff you wouldn't think you get
Fresh
from a
grape
local
leaves. Now,
I know.
come on, where you don't see
Yum.
that. Okra, fresh okra. You hardly see that.
And taro
Dragon fruit. You remember?
Dragon fruit,
Taro
yep.
fruit. Yeah, you have a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're getting to here in the next, month and a half, 2 months, see how it goes with the season we've had. But we're getting back into okra season. So typically we'll go out and pick up a truckload of okra out in the local Coachella area and bring it in, so it doesn't have to go into LA and sit for days and pass through the middleman. So we can always get it at a really good price, and it's always super fresh. So
exactly.
That's always fun.
Now
Getting close to that for our okra customers.
Oh, great. I love okra. Now, you also mentioned seasonal hatch chilies. Every time the season comes around for hatch chilies, guess what? David just can't sell hatch chilies. He's got to make it. He's got to roast them for you. So in front of his store, he's got a giant roaster, and you buy a certain amount of hatch chilies, and guess what? He roasted it for you. Now that's a big hit, isn't it? I know people come all over, and I remember last time I walked by, and you had so much chilies. I don't think I've ever seen that many chilies in my life, But that's a big thing for you guys.
We have for years. I remember when we first opened our store, we have some local customers that were from New Mexico from the Hatch area, and they kept trying me to get Hatch. We got to get them in, and they offered to go pick them up and bring them back. And it's just been a lot of fun over the years. We found some great sources, so they come in again directly through our supplier in Arizona, right out of New Mexico. So yeah, they start coming in, midsummer, and we just never know exactly how long they're going to last. But every week we'll just order more in, and love to roast them up. We try to integrate them into our. You'll notice in Hatch chili season, we'll do things like the Hatch chili and cheese bolillos in the bakery, and they'll do Hatch chili salsa and different stuff in the tortilleria as well as in the kitchen. So it's a lot of fun to try to mix it in. People love Hatch chilies. Yeah,
I mean, it's got a great flavor, and just there's hot, there's mild, there's different ones. Sometimes you can't even tell, but no, I think that's great. So that's the produce. Again, I think it's got almost every kind of produce you want. They have a big selection of everything. And if they're not there, just go ahead and get the manager or ask for David, and guess what? They'll get it for you. I promise they will. Then you mentioned a bakery. Let's go right into that. Now, your bakery, they have the traditional cakes and stuff, for birthdays and bar mitzvahs and all that good stuff. You can make your own cakes there and stuff. But you do a lot of products with that you make there right on grounds. A lot of Hispanic products that are really, really good.
Yeah, it's been obviously a Mexican style bakery that we've always that's been our primary focus. It's all from scratch, so it's not thaw and serve type stuff. We've got 2 mixers. We just added a second mixer because the bakery this last couple of years the bakery's kind of just exploded with new customers and volume, and so a scratch bakery it's all, of course, to have authentic Mexican pan dulce and bolillos and toleras. You've got to have it's all scratch made. So we do it throughout the day. The bolillos will start in the morning, and they'll be cooking them still, bringing the last ones out of the oven at 7 p.m.
All the smells,
so that they're fresh. But you mentioned the keto. It gives us a chance to do stuff like that. We have customers asking for keto, and when you have a scratch bakery, you say, well, we'll try some stuff, and you guys tell us if you like it. And took a little bit. We tried different sweeteners, and finally ended up we use all monk fruit sweeteners because we feel like that gives the best natural sweetener taste, and it's healthy and all natural. So that's been fun.
Who does all your tasting? Do you have a panel of tasters? Izzy and I are available. I mean, not to. I mean, come on. I know you don't have pizzas yet. We'll talk about that later on. But anyway,
Allan, yes, you're welcome to come in and
and eat.
Give us feedback. We love professional opinions.
Well, we're honest. That's the main thing. So,
For sure.
Okay. Other things that's very impressive is your fresh fruit and fresh fruit juice bar. When you walk in to the right, it's there. You can't miss it. And everything looks so beautiful, and nothing but fresh fruits.
Oh, it's so nicely cut up. I mean, literally, like you want to just grab one while pay for it and eat while you're shopping because it's so fresh and so good. Yeah.
Yeah, between
fresh
juices and platters and everything. And the other thing too is catering. You do a lot of catering, and that's the kind of place, kind of market you want to go to because everything's will be fresh. And whether it's deli, produce, whatever they can do, we'll get into the deli part of it, but catering is really, really important. But the fresh fruit is really, really nice. And it's so, on a hot day, you walk by there and you're like, you want to eat a little bit of everything there.
Yeah, and it was kind of easy for us, Allan, because we had everything in the store right there in the produce department. Is just a few steps away. And I had always planned on doing it. It took a few years to get it going and up and running, but it's just really nice because the girls can go get what they need for the day to make their fruit juices. I love the Go Green juice. It kind of has just about everything green in it, but they'll add some orange juice, some fresh squeezed orange juice, little pineapple, little apple. So it's just, for me, I get my nutrients that way. A lot of days I'll do a substitute meal just with that juice, and helps me keep from blowing up with all the food.
Yeah, but you're like 6'9", and I mean you look perfect, so don't complain. You're doing good,
Yeah, the juice helps.
That's true. What about meat now? Let's talk about meat department. Everyone's got meat department. Yours is a little bit different. You've got 2 kind of sections. I mean, you have the regular seafood, pork, chicken, and beef already packaged and also fresh laying out there. But you also have halal, which is like kosher, and you got goat meat, you got everything there, and that's really nice too. But your meats, you do a lot of fun things with your meats, and I know Tri-Tip recently you had a barbecue competition. Izzy and I were judges, and the winner it was a Tri-Tip competition, and the winner of it basically you're making their winning Tri-Tip recipe for the whole year. So you're not afraid to try things, and make it work, and it's fun, and the meats are very fresh and just really good prices on it.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. That was a fun event. The tri-tip marinade competition. James Steele has his TCB recipe, and then TCB is taken back barbecue TBC. But anyway, he was the winner, so that was part of the deal. Is we get to use his recipe for a year. So yeah, we're offering that in the meat department, and it's just kind of fun. That's what makes it fun for me, Alan. Is you get to connect with the community. You get to know people. They're more than willing to give you feedback, and that's how we develop this stuff.
Right. And you never give up. I mean, once you get to a certain point, you're the type of person, I don't know you that well, but I just know you're the type of person, most people say, great, this is where we want to stop, right? You just keep going and going and going. I mean, you're going to take over that whole center pretty soon, aren't you? I mean, you've got that in you. It's something that a lot of people don't have. They're afraid to make, changes. They're afraid to growth. You're not. You're like, you take your time with it. You do it right. But everything you talk about, you follow through with.
Well, that's what gets me out of bed in the morning. Actually, it's just thinking about how do we do this? How do we create a store that people enjoy and that provides a lot of value? And it's been fun because the grocery industry is
changed.
Obviously been around forever, but it's become, which I'm really happy about. It's become more of a food service industry as much as it is a grocery industry. Of course we have groceries, but really people are looking for ways to. Some people like you guys, Alan, are love to cook, and it's a creative thing, and get your ingredients and make creative dishes. But honestly, a lot of people today are customers that they want a good quality food. But they want something that they can take home, put in the oven, or put on a plate and have dinner for the family. So we try to do that, but without it being overly packaged, processed, type food.
Plus, you don't rip people off, and the way prices are of things. When you see avocados for $4.50 each, which I've seen in markets, it's like you got to be crazy. It almost pays to eat out every day. I mean, it's to sit down and go shopping and to make things sometimes, it's ridiculous. It's way, way overpriced.
Well, but most people don't have that time to spend that time to make everything from scratch.
Right.
So convenience part's really important. And then their price point is so competitive, I think. Like we've gone in the ranch market and we're like walking around and you're like, oh, it smells really good. Like we're hungry now. Like you can actually go sit down in the back in the food court. There's benches and a table. Get your meal, have a snack or two, get a drink or so. And then when you're done, finish your shopping. So, I mean, it's so convenient. And then all their food is so fresh. I mean, they make it, you can see it, how good it is, So, I mean, I think that's what's so neat about the market.
Right. And, you have all the Mexican favorites, between the tortas, burritos, the tacos. They have carnitas. They have chicken that's roasted. They have all kinds of soups, rice, beans, what else? Chili rellenos. I mean, just all that kind of stuff. And again, it's made for you to eat there, but most people just take it home. I mean, it's just convenient and it's good food. It's all fresh. So you see what you get. A lot of times you go to restaurants, you don't see the background. You don't see what it looks like.
Meat.
Yeah, the mystery meat and stuff. You have open kitchen. Everything is there you see.
Yeah, it's set up that way. It's been a lot of fun. We just last night, I typically will do a couple times a month. We do our fish and shrimp taco Fridays. So it get to the end of the week. My wife's been figuring out meals for the family all week, and usually by Friday it's like, okay, babe, I'm bringing fish and shrimp tacos home. We invited about 10, 12 people over and just had a great time. But all I had to do was bring it home, put it on the counter, heat up some tortillas, and make your own tacos. Let's eat.
Right.
So
Speaking of tortillas, you got a tortilla there. You make your own
Mm-hmm.
masa. So tortillas, tamale mix. I mean, everything you do, it's fresh right there. And you go there and you see them wrapping it up right there. I mean, it's being made, and that must be an exciting thing for you too, because you do some really good type of masas. And we've made our own. Actually, always wanted to make my own tamales, so we bought stuff from you and we made it, and they turned out great. But that's a big
Yeah.
thing too, is having fresh tortillas, fresh made masa. Oh man.
that's been our foundation. We've built on that, Alan, over the years, and just had a great time with it. But that's really one of our commitments, kind of our DNA. Is if we're going to do something, we try to stay authentic. So yeah, of course, our tortillas. You know, we cook the corn, steep the corn in the tanks, about 800 pounds per tank.
Wow.
And then once it's steeped and ready, it goes into the grinder, then into the mixer, and then right into the tortilla oven. And out the other end, you got nice, fresh, hot tortillas. So that's something we just over the years have continued to do. But what I find out, like you, I find a lot of people that are they're looking for having fun experiences, bringing the culture into the holidays. A lot of people these last few years, like, come in, buy the masa. The second question is, how do I make tamales?
Yep.
So we get the guys together and give them some tips, and people have fun with it. And then, of course, the next year, it's a lot of work actually making tamales.
Yeah.
So usually they're back the next year buying them, but they've had that experience and they know what goes into it. So it's always fun.
Well, I, being the one who likes cooking from scratch, I mean, I don't like buying things already made most of the time. I told Izzy, I want to go ahead and we make tamales, but more importantly, I want to make the masa. I want to grind it. She just looks at me, and that's why I didn't have to say anything. He's like, okay, we'll just go to Ranch Market and get it. That was it. So yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. It's great for the family, and that might be something too. Is maybe have classes there on tamale making. I mean, I'm telling you what to do here, but that might be a fun thing where people can come in, bring their kids, and you have benches there, or add some more to that. And I'm very good with other people's money, by the way. So if you have like extra money and time to do that, but I mean things like that, you've got the room and everything. But your staff, again, you have a question, they know the answers, and if they don't, they say, "Wait here, we'll find out for you." That's been a couple of times I ask them questions like, "Is this masa good for this or that?" And they weren't sure, so they asked a couple of people, and then the guy who makes it came out and told me. I was like, "Oh, great! You want this one?" I'm like, "Okay," because sometimes you have different types. So
yeah.
But
and I like your idea on the tamale making class. Maybe that's something we can add this year. That's a great idea.
yeah, it's just something that and more people are going to buy, the masa from me if they know what they're doing. But
And all the pieces, like we came and got the cheese, the different types of cheese.
you got every Mexican cheese there is.
Every type of Mexican cheese you have for the tamale. Like we end up buying everything from there, the hulls, everything.
Well, I know you're not produce, but where the milk, the dairy, we have cheeses and stuff. You got every cheese known to mankind. You got a lot of Greek cheeses, Armenian cheeses. I mean, feta cheese, if you like that. There's all kind. I mean, Bulgaria, all of them. So it's just a really nice selection of products you have there. But cheeses is something that's really good to be able to taste. That's another thing, is taste different cheeses. A couple times, I don't know if they're supposed to or not, but they gave me some samples to try. But, because I'm a dumb white guy. What do I know about Mexican cheeses? And it's just really good stuff there. And, again, we're talking to David Ireland. He's the owner of Ranch Market, Redlands Ranch Market in Redlands. It's 800 East Lagonia in Redlands. And the website is redlandsranchmarket.com. And another neat thing that you have is every week you sign up for their email blast. And every week you come out, they show you the regular, ad, all the products they have there. But they have a special section on the bottom for only if you have the email address, you get certain things. Like one time, I think you had beef tongue, which we love. I smoked it, of course. But it was like $2.99 a pound, which is unheard of. And we bought so much. It was crazy. We'd go in every day to buy them because I think you had a limit. But, I mean, you have some great art. That's a great way to really find some neat stuff. And whether it's beer or produce or whatever, you change off a lot. And that's very popular, too, isn't it? You get a lot of customers using that.
Yeah, and we did years ago. We decided to switch from print and mailing. At the store our size might mail out 75,000 ads, and it becomes kind of
Expensive.
a burdensome thing, and it's very expensive. So we just thought, let's see if we can go digital. So we started creating our own ad, and we said, well, let's do this. And what we save in mailing and printing, we'll just throw into lowering the cost of goods and put some crazy specials. So that's kind of our the reward, getting people to sign up. You won't see that price on the shelf, but obviously if you got that in your email, you know that that's the price on, whether it's typically it's going to be $2 or $3 a pound or a unit cheaper than what it would normally be. And that's just the way we've developed it, and get people to sign up, get people excited. It's worked out great. We're now just tipped over 11,000 people that subscribe that get it every week.
Wow,
so
that's great.
And we know that that's going to people that want it. We're not mailing them to houses that it's just going to get thrown in the trash,
right,
and go to the recycling or to the landfill. So it's worked out great.
Well, Tuesday is one of my favorite days because I get your email blasts.
Well,
and I look for it. I
Allan's
look for it.
Actually called up friends and referred them to sign up on your email blast because all the great
I
deals.
took pictures of some of the stuff there, and where'd you get this? And I told them, so they signed up. But I really do look forward to it because you never know what you're going to get. And sometimes you get, like you had, was it $2.99 or some real $3.29, I think, for a tri-tip recently. And that's a great price. And anyway, highly recommend it. So just go on the website and you'll see it. It's redlandsranchmarket.com, and you can sign up. What, you want to say something?
No.
Oh.
I'm just saying it's like so good. Like I love everything there. There's actually ready-made ceviche. I mean, like you can buy salsas. I mean, there's just so much. I mean, literally, you can take hours looking at all the things you offer in your store. I mean, like we've getting wild hair and go, ooh, we want to roll some grape leaves, and we found all the spices
Fresh
there.
grape leaves. Come on, you don't see that anywhere.
And we found all the components, and we need to make it, to wrap it up and everything. And we're just so impressed.
Well, there's a lot of Hispanic markets out there. There's nothing wrong with them. They're huge, but that's strictly Hispanic market there. Yours is more than Hispanic. It's one thing I want to get across to people. It's a lot more. I mean, where can you find Ethiopian products from? Like teff with the grains, all kinds of flowers and
like rose water.
Yeah, I mean a lot of Middle Eastern type stuff.
Yep.
And but before we get talking a little bit more, I want to talk about one of our sponsors. It's All Magic Paint and Body, and they've been in business for over 30 years. They have highly trained and certified technicians, friendly staff, and they really treat your car as if it's their own. I mean, they really take pride in their work. They've been around for, like I said, 30 years. They use the latest technology, computerized color matching. They specialize in frame repairs with modern laser measuring system, and they're OEM certified. Not sure what that means, but it's got to be important. I got to find out one day. All Magic Paint and Body offers rental car assistance. They free drop-off, pickup services, and their work, get a load of this, folks, it's guaranteed. So, I mean, you can't beat that. They do work. A year later, it's something wrong with it, take it back in. If it's something that they did wrong, they fix it for you. All Magic Paint and Body collision centers are in Norco, Eastvale, Moreno Valley, and in Fontana. And you could visit them at allmagicauto.com. That's allmagicauto.com. And, being a food critic, if I like something, you're going to like it. Same thing goes with this. I had my car, it was almost total, but they fixed it, and it wasn't total, and it's wonderful. And I got a note here. There is now a show after that. What is that?
Can you just read it?
Okay. There is now a show after that starts at 5 p.m. sharp. I will give you okay, you'll give me 2 minutes. Okay. Inside. I don't know. It's a live show. What do you want here?
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, again, we're talking with David Ireland from Redlands Ranch Market. Now, again, we talked about your produce, we talked about your juice bar, we talked about your bakery, we talked about your meats, your deli department. We talked about that, of all the fresh products you make there, sandwiches and combination plates, all that good stuff. Now, in the future, I know your mind's always going, and we talked a little bit about it. It's a little premature, but I want to excite people. And let's talk about your plans for the future. You talk about a food court and a bunch of other good things. And let's get right into that.
Yeah. So we've got an international deli up front if you're just heading out the exit door, basically on the left there, right next to our meat department, up in the front corner. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of the kickoff. We just are now in the process of creating some sandwiches and salads. Again, sticking with our kind of house-made, authentic style, and working on that. So that started up this week. Actually, I was fortunate, got a great guy, Enrique, to come and join us. He's been doing this for years, a lot of restaurant experience. But we're going to do it the same way. We start with just a few sandwiches, and we'll let people try them, see what people like, see how we can kind of create some signature items that people like and enjoy. But once we get past that, we get the salads and sandwiches kind of going. Actually, I'm working with the contractor. We're getting our plans drawn up for an outdoor cooking area.
Cool.
And that's going to be kind of more of an outdoor barbecue area, but it'll be an outdoor kitchen where I've got a smoker. I've got a wood-fired pizza oven. I've got a rotisserie. And so we'll get that stuff going out there, and it may go in front. It's just a little tricky getting it through the city, but they've been good with us so far. So, and that may tie in with our, you mentioned our international food court next door, Alan, and that's the space right next door to us. That
big empty one, yes.
Yeah, we were able to get that space, and so we're working on doing an international food court where we could have a Mediterranean restaurant. I've got a Mediterranean restaurant interested. I've got a fresh roasted nut guy that does fresh roasted nuts. Middle Eastern people love fresh roasted nuts, and when you try these nuts, they're just amazing. And so it kind of fits our whole mode of how we're doing food, and with all the ingredients we have, then trying to do. But I'm not going to try to become a Mediterranean restaurateur. We're going to have some people come in that are already good at that and make a food court out of it. So our part will be the barbecue section, I think.
Right.
I'm excited. I can't wait.
Well,
I think. Sorry, Alan. One of the things I want to do, I think I mentioned this to you, is so we're going to do obviously smoked brisket, smoked pork, but we want to use those ingredients on pizzas. So the pizza is not, we're probably not going to be doing pepperoni and cheese pizza. A lot of people do that, and a lot of people do a great job. We're going to try to use the ingredients and the stuff.
International ethnic type pizzas.
Exactly. And you offered to help out with that, so I'm going to hold you to that.
In fact, I talked to my friend Derek, who's from San Antonio, Texas,
and he's like the master of pizza dough. Like his pizza dough is like flat out. If you taste it, you're like, oh my gosh, so good, world class. And everybody knows him about his great pizza dough.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of people who can help you out there, but I think it's brilliant because not everyone does that. Very few people do, and some of the pizzas that I've tasted over the 9 years I've been a judge, are the ethnic ones from like even Japan. They had rice cakes on top and all kinds of stuff, unusual stuff that was tremendous. And I think you have the opportunity there to really blow people away. And you don't need a million of them. I mean, you can have like 5 to 8, 5, 6, 7 pizzas, maybe have once a week, a special one. But you can have a lot of fun. And again, having your meat there, your chicken, your fish, everything produce right there, you're talking about really fresh products. So, I mean, that's a brilliant idea. And what do you see that going on like, 6 months, maybe a year?
I hope so. We've got some good feedback from the city so far, going through their planning department, building department. So we're getting some plans drawn up as we speak. The next set we'll take down to the city and kind of get their feedback and go through the building department, fire. Of course, you got to get all the hoods out there and scrubbers now. The smokers require scrubbers. So it's not, unfortunately, it's not just a deal where you roll your smoker and your barbecue out there and start cooking. It gets pretty involved, but I'm super excited about it. I'm hoping that we'll be, if not have it open late this year, we'll be at least under construction. So, that's assuming we get everything lined up and figure out, you start doing this stuff and adding to the store, it triggers, unfortunately, sometimes it triggers some things that'll just make it not worth it if you got to re-sprinkler the whole building and, close the store to do construction and stuff like that. Doesn't make sense. But I think we're going to make a run at it. So if I get my way, sometime later this year, first part of next year, we'll hope to be moving forward and
Well,
doing.
my birthday is February 4th, so feel free to open up on my birthday and invite me and get free food. That's my present.
4 days ahead of me.
I'm not sure. Oh, really? Oh, cool. I knew February was good. So I'll tell you, your enthusiasm really shows on everything you do. I mean, just listening to you, seeing you there, your staff. I mean, I can't say it enough, and I really mean it, Dave. I really admire you a lot. You've been through a lot of stuff in your life, and your attitude is so positive. And that's the way I am. And, a lot of people hate us for that because we're too positive. We're always smiling. But, that's what really makes the world, the positiveness of it. So is there anything else you'd like to tell us about your store?
I just think appreciate those actually very nice comments, Alan. I think that's why we get along, though. We kind of we don't mind dreaming, and it's like if you can dream it, you can do it. Now, right. Dreaming it and doing it, you still have to have somebody that will buy it. So
right.
That's where you got to be careful. But no, I just want to thank you for having me, Izzy, and Alan. I appreciate you guys. It's always fun. Spend time with you. I appreciate seeing you guys in the store. Thank you for putting the word out there for us. We're a family-owned business, so we rely on you guys and our customers, and we try to keep that mindset and make sure people know we appreciate them.
Well, you don't lose vision of that. I mean, you're always focused on the customer and your staff. So, well, David, I really appreciate it. Again, one more time, it's redlandsranchmarket.com. That's redlandsranchmarket.com. And the address is 800 East Lagonia, Lagonia. So, again, thank you so much for joining us. And Izzy, anything you'd like to say?
No, thank you, Dave. And I'm looking forward to all the new exciting things coming around the corner.
Pizzas and smoked barbecue.
Yeah, me
yum,
too.
yum.
We'll be hitting you up for some feedback and some help.
We'll give you a lot. Anything you do, we're here for you.
Definitely.
David, thank you so much, and be well. Take care.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, Alan.
Bye.
Thank you, Izzy.
Okay, folks, we're on every Saturday from 4 to 5, and it looks like we're going to be heading off here. So until next week, food critic Allan Borgen.
And Izzy Bussey.
Happy eating, everybody.
Happy eating.
KCAA.